Hey guys, welcome to my channel about studying languages and self-development. Today I would like to talk about 3 myths about studying languages. 3 things that many people believe are true, but they're actually wrong. Let's talk about that. Myth number 1. A person needs some special talent to learn a foreign language. This is completely wrong, and this is something that slows down and blocks a lot of people. Guys, I would like to ask you a question. Did you need a special talent to master your first language? I think you didn't. That's why it means that your brain has all the necessary functions to master another language. The only thing which we have to do, which we have to take into account, is that we need to develop certain skills to make the process more efficient. Yes, time might differ. One person might need less time to master a language and reach a certain level than another person, but it's okay. What really matters is the way of learning a language, and the most important thing here is discipline. Believe me, this is much more important than any kind of talent. While learning a language, do not just count the time you spend learning a language. Count the time you spend using a foreign language that you are learning at the moment. This is the key point here. This is number 2. It is easier for children to learn a foreign language. Well, this is actually wrong. As adults, we have more instruments for motivation, for analysis, for studies. We feel the responsibility and we can manage the process of learning a language. This is something that children can't do actually. What's wrong then? Well, we have something that children don't have. And these are mental blocks and false beliefs. I don't have a talent, I'm too old for that, people will laugh at my mistakes, it's better to keep silent, not to say something wrong. These are all the things that often block us. These beliefs slow down our process and block us while reaching certain goals. Good news, we can work on our false beliefs, we can transform them and use this energy for motivation, for moving on. Let's ask ourselves a question. What do children have that seems to help them? Well, quite often they just have more free time and they are more exposed to foreign languages. We witness that especially when a family moves to a foreign country. So children go to school, they have more contacts, they speak more to their peers, to new friends and so on. Very often, new language is associated with some fun activities, going out, doing something new and so on. They just spend more time using the language. Take it into account for your adult studies. What do we have to do? We should be more exposed to a foreign language. Don't limit yourself just to the time you spend with the textbook. Don't limit yourself just to the course. Be exposed to the language, use it as more as possible, and try to work on your mental blocks. This will help. Myth number 3. This is something that I often discuss with my students. Native speakers are the best teachers. Guys, I have to say that's actually wrong, but let's have a look at it. I must say that at early stages of learning a language, this is extremely important to take into account the differences between the first language of the learner and the language he is actually learning at the moment. And it's important to take it into account and pay special attention to some crucial, some critical points. I give examples. For instance, in Russian, there are no articles. So it's reasonable, it's sensible to spend some more time studying articles because the learners just have no idea why they're used for. how they should function in a sentence. For instance, for a German speaker, that wouldn't be a big deal because they have articles in their own language. Another example, in Italian there is no reduction of vowels practically. It is crucial to explain it to the learners of English because English has it and has it a lot. If you don't explain this thing at a very early stage, they will have difficulties with listening and with speaking. Thus, I would say at early stages, it's more important to choose a teacher who had the same starting point as you did with the same first language. He or she, if it's a trained teacher, will know how to analyze and how to work with the language difficulties that will make the process more efficient. But when you get to the intermediate language, that might be the right point to start studying from the natives. So when your child starts learning English, I know that lots of schools put that into their ads. We have native speakers as teachers and so on. It's not necessary. It's okay to have well-trained teachers who speak your own language for a start. When you get to the intermediate level, you can choose a native speaker as your teacher. He or she will help you to work on your vocabulary, enrich it and make it, let's say, up to date and more modern. Perhaps he or she might help you to work on your pronunciation. That will also be fine. This will be efficient at this point. And always remember one simple thing. Having a very high level of language or fluency in it doesn't mean the ability to explain rules and difficult points within a language. That's why the native speakers are not always the best teachers. Well, those were the 3 myths about studying languages that I wanted to discuss with you today. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about that. What false beliefs do you face and do you find, and how do you work with that? Hit the like button and subscribe to this channel if you liked it, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!